5 minutes.
How did you even find out?
The police, they called some numbers from the phone that my dad's phone. They called Nicole, his kind of girlfriend, and I woke up to like hella missed calls and so what's going on? And I called my cousin Kayla and I was like, what's wrong? And she was just like, listen, your dad was shot. And I asked her if he was okay, and she was like, she started crying. Then my aunt Stacy picked up the phone, and she was like, we're at Long Beach Memorial, just come and get here. And I didn't know if he was dead or alive at that point. It was hella hard to get in the car and leave. And I got there, and his face was so swollen, and he had a huge blood clot coming out of his nose, so I thought he was shot in the head at first. I was like, yo. But it ended up just being, he got shot in the leg, but it was an artery, and it just bled out so much. So by the time they got him to the hospital, he already bled out the body's volume of blood. And so pretty much they were just trying to rejuvenate him, give him blood. And like they pumped over 60 liters of blood into him over 5 times, probably more. And his blood wasn't clotting. He was like a balloon. It was really swollen all over his body, and it wasn't looking too good. They asked us about life support questions, and I was at that point. I was Saturday night. I was like, my dad's gonna die. Like I was trying to be positive, and I was just woke up the next day, Monday, and I was like, if you want to make a miracle happen, make it happen. You already know what I feel about it. Every one of my friends and family. It's up in your hands. And so I got there, and it was hella good news. It was like his blood's clotting, his heart rate and blood pressure is going way really good, like it's almost pretty much normal. And they were giving him more of his own blood type and plasma, and things were looking good. And everyone was so happy, but I was still worried, like it still didn't feel right. And as soon as they found out his kidneys were failing, that's one part of the reason why he was getting so swole, because his kidneys weren't functioning, and so they had to do a very delicate dialysis to help that. And his blood was too thin to start it too soon, so they pumped him up more to thicken his blood. Then they started doing the dialysis, and it was working. It was doing good, I guess. And I stayed until like 2 a.m. last night just to make sure he stayed stable during it. And then I was like, I'm gonna go home. And I went home, and right after I woke up, there literally a minute after I missed the call by a minute. So I woke up to a voicemail after having a dream of seeing my dad out of the hospital. Like in my dream, I knew he was in the hospital, but I saw him and I was like, "What are you doing out here? Like, what? You good?" And he looked good, and I heard his voice. Then I woke up to the voicemail, and it was just like, "Get to the hospital now." And for me to have a dream like that was just like, that's a sign, From after that dream, I was just worried the whole day. Like I just knew that was it. Like it was just like a clear sign. I was like, I didn't have a dream about him when I was worried and when I had no hope at all. I didn't dream about him. But when I had hope, I had that dream. Then I woke up, got that call, got there. And as soon as I got there, they told me what happened. Like the dialysis, it was working, but it lowered his blood pressure, like his heart rate, like it was too much. He couldn't handle it, I guess. And then it was his liver. It was pretty much done. And so we just waited to see what they were gonna do. And then next thing you know, the doctor came in, because I saw him out there when his blood rate was really low, like it was like 60 or whatever, pulse, or I don't know what to call it. I talked to him and just told him to fight. We're all here. And I can see it's still going lower, and we walked out, and the doctor came in, and they're like, yeah, he's in cardiac arrest right now. And I know my grandpa wanted him to, he agreed to the heroic measures and CPR, everything. So, and I said that's what my grandpa wants, and they say cold blue in the intercom, and you see this whole team of people come in there, and it was like the movie when someone's dying and everyone just pumping on them. Everyone, like, they take turns, right? You're up, and they come in, like, and it took him 12 minutes to bring him back. And he was back, you know, but I was always concerned that his brain was damaged, and it happened again. And the second time they brought him back, they're like, yeah, we got a pulse, it's very faint. And I talked to everyone, because we knew what my grandpa wanted, and we didn't want him to suffer. And we had been waiting for brain results, and then it's when the doctor was like, yeah, like, his quality of life would be gone. Like, there's no, like, his brain was done. It was damaged. So, and we all agreed that when they lose them again, they'll just let it be. It was hard. I mean, I just walked in a room and told everyone that it was gone, you know? That was it. But he stayed stable after the first time they did it, and my uncle was like, he's waiting for everyone to get here, because my brother Javon hadn't showed up yet, and my uncle Daryl, his other brother from Texas, hadn't arrived yet, and so he was stable that whole time until everyone showed up. Oh, dude.
Pretty strong.
Yeah, dude, and then seeing those numbers, like all the signs, man. He definitely waited for everyone. And it's dope, dude. And this was his brother that died 3 years ago almost, Uncle Tony. He didn't cry not once through it at the funeral or anything. Yeah, dude, it was pretty rough. But I don't know, dude. It's clear. I saw so many miracles today, and just signs. There's something greater than us, you know. There's people that you don't have to be religious to realize it, but that's definitely. That's what he ordered.
The series.
He was ordering some white tiger. He loves him some martial arts. People don't know. Definitely the goodie box.
Yeah.